You know what? It's almost like I don't want to win in front of you guys. You'll see what I'm talking about when we look at the fixtures. What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of the AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory here on JNO FM. And we are in the Championship. We are at the 21st of September and we have a game for you against West Brom with Patrick Vieira as their manager. And then we have a quite big EFL Cup game against a little team called Arsenal. As far as league position goes, you can see that we are currently sitting in 15th. We're not doing too badly for ourselves, having managed to pick up 10 points out of 8 games. It's not setting the world alight form, but it is keeping us outside of that relegation spot. At the moment, Milton Keynes are in those relegation area spots with Huddersfield and Bolton. Bolton only getting 1 point out of 8 games. Since the first episode of this season, where we managed to lose 3-2 to Blackburn, you can see that we've had a bit of a mixed bag of form. We have managed to continue our progress in the EFL Cup, having beaten Cambridge 2-1 and then beating Ipswich 2-1 as well. We've won some Sky Bet Championship games against the likes of Derby, Swansea and Ipswich, but we've also lost to the likes of Sunderland, drawn to Millwall and lost to Nottingham Forest. But let's speak about this Huddersfield game. Now, we went into this Huddersfield game off of 2 victories. We were doing quite well for ourselves and we did concede an early goal in this game to a penalty from Vincenzo Ranella. However, we got back into the game very quickly with a Matthew Kennedy goal. Then, for some reason, they got 2 players sent off in quick succession. We went for the win and we ended up conceding twice. Liam Grimshaw also got sent off, which didn't help matters, but that was in the 86th minute. So despite having really good performances against Swansea, who are flying high in the league at the moment, and Ipswich, who are around mid-table, we then went and lost to Huddersfield, who we should have been beating. So today we have games against West Brom and then the EFL Cup game against Arsenal. But we have made some transfers before we get into those games. The final transfers before the transfer window slams shut was Simon Palombi and Nicola Ravaglia. I might have said those so wrong, but hopefully I got them right. 2 Italian players, one bought from Lazio, Loki Doki's team. Hopefully he's good. And then we have Nicola Ravaglia, who we got on a free transfer. I'm really going to struggle with that name. Nicola Ravaglia comes in to become our number 1 goalkeeper, number 1 choice between the sticks. 30 years old, we're currently paying him 4.5k and he is better than Thomas McDermott. It's just that simple. We then also brought in Simon Palombi and he is going to be the man that leads the line, and he has been on form for us recently. 3 goals out of 4 appearances, so he's been getting the goals for the club. So today we play West Brom, who are currently sitting in 20th near that relegation spot, but they're only 3 points behind us. It looks like they play a defensive 4-3-3 and there are some players there that I do recognise. Matty Phillips is there along with Christie, who I recognise from somewhere. Chalobah, Johnny Evans is still at the club as well, and Denier. But considering our current form, I'm hoping this is a game we can win. The lineup we are going with, and we have changed from the 4-2-3-1. We just went back to the formation that got us promoted. It seems to have got some results and hopefully can keep us up in the Championship this season. We have Ravaglia in goal. Then we have Zanon as a left back with Wood as the right back because Jordan Spence is injured. Sweeney and Beadling as the 2 centre backs with Jack Leach as the ball winning midfielder because of the suspension to Liam Grimshaw. Coots on the right and Kennedy on the left in the positions they did so well in last season. Gosling taking that box to box midfielder role. Moncur back at shadow striker with Palombi leading the line. Now we're probably going to get thrashed by Arsenal, so it would be really nice to get a victory right here, right now. So we don't have one of those episodes which was so common in season number 2 where we just lost both games in front of you guys. Okay, so we kick off, and again I'd just like to say thank you so much for all the feedback recently on the series. I asked you guys to tell me what you'd like to see. Hopefully I've got this sort of compromise where all of you will be happy. I'm sticking with 3D highlights because I just feel like not many people do that on FM YouTube at the moment. So I'm going with 3D highlights. Keeping it on key so we can keep 2 games in the episodes. I personally prefer watching people that do 2 games. I feel like there's more chance for you guys to see something good, and also to show you more of the save and what is happening. I feel like one episode or one match, sometimes it can feel a bit short and it can fall flat if the game is boring. Right now, Luzana has just got a ball over the top, crossed it in. Thank God Ravaglia has some safe hands on him. We are currently sticking with counter because it seems to be working for us, but maybe it worked because we were playing teams that were lower than us. But when we went to attack and control against Huddersfield, that is when we fell behind. So we're going to stick it on counter and stay with that for now. I'm not saying I won't change. In fact, me changing the tactic is very likely. I've noticed I'm a bit of a chopper and a changer. Even when things aren't going that badly, I start changing things. If I'm not winning every game, I start changing the tactic like it's panic stations. What a back heel by Coots there, by the way. Crosses it in by Wood, but it is cleared, and this could be a counter-attack by Knight. I thought that was going to be a good highlight for us. To be honest, if Knight keeps shooting from that far out, I'm pretty confident even I could save them, let alone Ravaglia. I'm getting better at saying that name as well. Maybe I should just keep saying it, keep repeating it. Ravaglia, Ravaglia, Ravaglia. Maybe that could be a chant as well. As we go in at half time, it's still 0-0. Tell the players to keep their heads up is what's suggested by Oliver Riley. I'm going to say we're happy with the performance so far, keep it up. It's not gone perfectly to plan, but it's not gone too badly. So we're going to go with the I have faith in you, which seems to have turned things round, apart from with our keeper. Every single point counts. If I remember last season, we had a great start. We were around 8th and 10th at certain points in season number 2 in the Championship, and then it all went to pot. Literally, I couldn't grab a win near the end, and then I started to win near the end, in fact, and then I bottled the games which really mattered, which could have kept me up. As Wood now has the ball down the right, can he find a ball into the middle? Finds Gosling, Gosling shoots! What a strike by Gosling, who has been one of our best players in the Championship so far. He's got that experience, he's got that Premiership pedigree, let alone Championship pedigree, and he is performing really well for us into that box-to-box midfielder role. Great volley there, wrong foot in the keeper, who probably thought he'd go for the other side of the goal, and we are 1-0 up. And we are going to tell the boys to tighten up. Do not... Oh, here we go. You watch us concede. Oh no. Ravaglia comes out and claims it calmly. Hopefully Ravaglia doesn't end up doing what my goalkeeper did in the Championship last year. I've forgotten his name already. That's how well my keeper did in season number 2. But I brought him in. He was meant to be a lot better than all the keepers I had. As Kennedy finds Coots. Coots can put the ball in. And we've scored again. I'm not sure if that's Gosling or Kennedy. Probably... No, it's Gosling with his second. 2-0 up. That is fantastic. We can make some substitutions now as well. But in the second season, my keeper was so bad, despite the fact he was meant to be so much better than McDermott and Gogic, that I think potentially he cost us our spot in the Championship. As we're going to make the substitutions now, we'll take off Wood, who's on a yellow and got a knock. Sweeney will have to go out to the right. It's not ideal, but Jaden Brown can come in and get some game time. And then we'll change Palombi, who, like my strikers always do, I say they've been doing well, and then as soon as I start playing in front of you guys, that's it. Game over. They forgot how to play football. Also, guys, if you're watching this, make sure to stay tuned to the channel this weekend. Right after this, I'm going to film some Walking Dead Season 3 Telltale games. Hopefully that should all be up, no problems permitting, on Saturday. Maybe a second episode on Sunday, but we shall see. Knowing my luck, something will go wrong now. I've promised it coming up on the weekend. But we're going to try and do that straight after this. So that's why the top will be the same as well. Hopefully it all will go well. We'll have an entertaining weekend of The Walking Dead before returning to Football Manager and the West Ham World on Monday. Okay, they are playing balls over the top now. That is probably going to be a goal, especially as I've just paused it right there. But we are going to tell them to be more disciplined and sit even deeper. I'm going to take the offside trap off. I don't remember putting the offside trap on. I obviously did, because it was there. But we'll take that offside trap off. Okay, Moncur now. Just don't lose the ball. That's all I wanted there from you is, well done, you've won it back. Now let's gallop forward, pass it to De La Valle. One more to Kennedy. Go on, Kennedy, have a crack. That was a bit weak. Anyway, let's have a look at the position we are currently sitting in. We are 13th at the moment. I will take that. If you were to end the season right now, I'll be a happy man at 13th. Because it just means we'll get some of that championship money. Maybe be able to start building ourselves as a serious club in the championship. I think I'm estimating maybe 2 or 3 seasons in the championship if we manage to stay up this season before we even think of playoffs and getting promoted. As Gosling passes the ball to Moncur, De La Valle out to Coots. Coots can... Yes. My words left me there, which is why that went so well at the end. I was trying to say Coots should find the ball and switch the play across the field to Kennedy, but my mind went all over the place and I came out with Coots up. You're always getting great quality commentary with JNO on JNO FM. Alright, so we've won the game. I'm proud of the boys. Well done. 2-0 win. Puts us up to 12th place now, above Millwall, who we came up with. Just behind Leeds, although we're on the same points as them. Milton Keynes are struggling. But this is what happened in season number 2. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. And let's go and hopefully not embarrass ourselves against Arsenal. So guys, it is time for our game against Arsenal. And the expected Arsenal lineup does have some youngsters in there. I don't recognise their forward, Eddie Nketiah. And Michael Keane seems to be there, as well as Jamie Davis and Giuseppe Pezzella. So I'm not sure that is their strongest starting 11. I doubt it. Wilshere, Iwobi and Cazorla, of course, along with Coquelin and Ramsey, are all fairly well-known names though. This is the type of game where it can either be one of those epic ends to an episode where I'm just like, check me out, I'm AFC Wimbledon and I've just beaten Arsenal in the 3rd round of the EFL Cup. Or it could just be one of those expected episodes where you play a big team in the Cup and it just all goes pear-shaped. Okay, so they are going with the expected lineup and we are going with our expected lineup. No changes from the previous game. I'm hoping these boys can get another job done and continue our rise in the EFL Cup because we'd like the money. We want more money. Okay, we're going to passionately tell them that underdogs, so go out there and get a job done for us. And we're going to tell them passionately we have faith in them to go and make a difference, which has started off okay for us. I'm not expecting miracles, but it would be nice. I'm not going to lie. One problem I figured out if you are thinking about tuning in on the weekend to watch me play The Walking Dead is my microphone is here on this side of the desk, just there. It's on a boom stand and it's hanging above. My TV to play my Xbox on is over there. Walking Dead is the Xbox version, so I'm going to be sitting that way. How am I going to get my microphone over there? So I apologise if the audio isn't as good as it would be for an FM episode on this Walking Dead episode, as Moncur's played Gosling through. Oh, Szczesny, just let it go in, please. What a start that would have been for AFC Wimbledon. We're at the Emirates, remember, so we're in front of quite a lot of Arsenal fans. Imagine an upset at the Emirates. Okay, so Moncur's coming forward. He's skipped past the man. Palombi plays it through to Coots. Oh, Coots can't quite get on the end of it. That's the end of that play, but that is promising start from AFC Wimbledon. I'm now expecting the stats to go completely the other way and show Arsenal dominating. But at the moment, it seems like we're holding our own. Could this be an upset on the cards? I feel like I might be jinxing it by even suggesting that. But so far, their 2 shots, both have been on target, but they've been from distance. Raviglia. I'm really going to have to get used to my new players' names. Whatever the shots have been, my goalkeeper has managed to deal with them. Nice to see that AFC Wimbledon banner at the Emirates. That is a good look. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Okay, so we are almost to half time, and so far we have got the only highlight in this game. To be honest, you know what, going in 0-0 at half-time with Arsenal, that is really well done, boys. I'm happy with what you're doing. If we just grab one goal, it'd be a massive, massive upset. They've had more chances. We've not really been hitting the target that often, but we did have that glorious chance at the beginning of the game. Now Wood is coming forward with the ball. Sweeney plays it forward to Coots. Coots to Moncur. Moncur just seems to be playing on another level. He's acting like he should be a Premiership player. However, Coots isn't, who's got tackled. Arsenal are coming forward. Wilshere plays the ball over the top out wide to their left back. He plays it into Iwobi. Iwobi finds Coquelin. It's hit the post. Okay, it's 60 minutes in. We're going to make a substitution. And again, Wood is carrying a knock, which isn't ideal. Jaden Brown can come on again. Jack Leach, I feel like, is more likely to get sent off than Coots. Oh, and Moncur's got an injury. Great. So we're swapping with Gosling. Swapping with Coots. Do we have anyone? And then Truseo can play on the right. There we go. So we're going to passionately tell them we have faith. And go out there and get me a win, boys. Okay, so far, if we only look at clear-cut chances and half chances, we deserve to be winning. That's not how football works, unfortunately. It's how many you get in the back of the net. You know what? The longer this goes on, the more proud I am of my team for holding out this long. I really was not expecting this at all. We have managed to keep most of their threat from being very good chances. Could we, is it 2 leg ties, or does it go straight to extra time? I think it goes straight to extra time in the EFL Cup. So I don't think we can get a second leg at Plough Lane. That would be a huge game though. That would probably be our biggest game at Plough Lane so far in this save. It looks like we may get to the end of this match at 0-0, and I believe we'll find out, but I think it's extra time. Shows how much attention I pay to the EFL Cup. If it's not the Premier League or the Champs League, I seem to not pay much attention at the moment. In real life, that is, of course. Okay, so we are kicking off extra time, and we just need one. Just one goal. I doubt we're going to outscore them in penalties. I mean, Beedling is decent at penalties. As far as I'm aware, Coots is good at penalties as well. We've used all our substitutes quite early. We weren't expecting, really, to get the draw, if I'm perfectly honest. It's Wilshere now with a cross into the box. Goes to the back post. Iwobi almost managing to tuck that in from a very tight angle. Well, you know what? Now we've got this far, I want to win it. Now we've done this well, at least penalties is what I want. So much for me keeping the episode short though with a game this long. Coots with a tackle there. Unfortunately, it doesn't drop to any of our players. It's going to be another Arsenal attack here as Iwobi comes forward, finds Xhaka. Xhaka out wide to Pizzella. Pizzella crosses it in. Oh. As soon as I said I wanted to win it, that happens. Oh, we're just going to tell the boys to push forward and hope. We're not even going to change it off the counter, because I'm pretty confident as soon as my players push too far forward, they're going to find all sorts of space behind. So this has worked in stopping them from scoring for 113 minutes. So could this be it? Zanon throws it to Gosling. Gosling crosses the ball into the box. Chesney, go away. Just go away and let me score an equaliser. I'd have rather have lost 1-0 in normal time than to get this far into the game, this deep into a cup tie, just to lose in the 113th minute. I feel sorry for the boys for trying so hard and then just at the end not quite holding out for long enough. It wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal score another one now. Yep, there we go. Now the floodgates have opened, haven't they? In the 113th minute. Hope you're proud of yourself, Arsenal, for ruining a small club's dreams of getting a penalty shootout against you. It's just mean. Just being a big bully. Good finish, though. Alright, guys, so it looks like that is going to be the final whistle. It was a valiant effort. A very valiant effort. At times I thought maybe we could break and get that final goal, but it's not come. We are out of the EFL Cup, but I can be proud of the boys and their performance. I'm pleased with their performance out there. That was really well played, and it gives me hope If we can play like that against Arsenal, potentially we could stay up in the Championship. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory as always. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the episode, make sure to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button if you're looking forward to a good season in the Championship. Also check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.